How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the second episode of Foley Kills the Podcast featuring me, GW Foley. Um, yeah, man. I had a crazy week. It was crazy. Crazy, I tell you, crazy. Um, I finally got back on stage after almost a year, 14 months. Yeah, 14 months of not being on a stage. The last show I did was the Comedy Thunderdome in Middlebury, Vermont at the Marquee Theater, where I won. I am still the longest reigning champion in Thunderdome history. Yes, thank you. Your applause is too kind. It it's a great show, and I love the Marquee Theater. It's it feels like home when I go there. The the people are great, and yeah, it's a wonderful show. But I'm not talking about that right now. What I'm talking about is going to the Woolen Mill Comedy Club and performing on last Saturday night, which was great. It was I'm not going to say a huge crowd because of COVID, but it was a good sized crowd where we were at capacity for what we could do. So that's freaking awesome. I I was brought up by the host. Things were going great. People were laughing at my jokes, and I looked at my clock, realized that, oh, I have to start wrapping up now, and went to set up my last joke, my closer, and completely froze. Completely. I totally could not remember how to start my joke. I could remember all the tags and the punchlines at the end of the joke, but I couldn't do those without remembering the setup. And I felt like the biggest piece of shit that you could possibly imagine. Like, I had people in the audience rooting me on and like trying to like go back through the set list that I did, which I'm surprised they remembered, because at that point I was just looking at them going, I got nothing. I'm prematurely ending my set, which it's such a shitty feeling. I I was given 10 minutes, and I am doing 8, where that's not a good thing to do at all. I fucking pissed me off. Um, but I got ring rust. That's I guess is to be expected. I haven't performed in a while, so it's one of those things where I really wish it didn't happen, and it it I was so upset that like I went outside after and just texted my wife, and I was like, I just ate shit, and she was very supportive, but I was still not having any of it. I was so pissed at myself, which I don't know. I'll get over it. I'll get back on the horse and do another set, and hopefully it will be longer than 8 minutes. It's like when you're having sex and then you jizz too early. That's that's what it felt like. It's like that. I'm sorry. I tried giving my all, and my all came early. But what are you gonna do? Um, it was a mixed media bag of showing for the show I was on. Hickory was there, which was great. I love Hickory, and Colin was there, and I love Colin. Uh, and Dickie B, who is a comedian that moved to Vermont, was there. He closed out the comedy portion of the evening, and he had some good words for me afterwards, which was nice. But the important part was there was two burlesque dancers there, which I've never seen a burlesque show at all. Like I never understood the point of it, I guess. So it was weird for me to be like, oh yeah, I'll and not that I'm a prude or anything like that. I'm not. I'm definitely not a prude. I am so far from prudish. Well, that's not true. There's certain things that I'm like buying magazines. Or who buys porn magazines nowadays, anyways? Not me. I don't. I don't even know where you would find porn magazines. I guess. I guess I go to the wrong stores. But yeah, burlesque. It was amazing. It was an awesome experience. There was two really great burlesque dancers there. Um, Katniss Everqueer, which I believe they're both located in the Burlington, Vermont area. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is where they live and this is the street. I'm not. I'm not quite positive, anyways. And Dixieland Delight was the other one who was there, and uh, the two ladies put a hell of a show on. They each did two songs, which is a lot of work. There's a lot of getting all fancy up and dolled up for the audience, and they they had their own MC, which was cool. So all of the comics could just sit back and watch the show, um, which I guess is a thing in burlesque where you have to vamp for time. And I never thought of it that way. So that I would assume that it would be one dancer, then the next one. But no, they have a MC come out and do a little bit in between the dancers, which, like I said, makes sense. I totally get that. Uh, it was really cool. Like one was like uh, Dixieland Delight was a more, I don't want to say subdued performer, because it was like I don't know the actual termination, but she would be like classically a burlesque, a classical burlesque dancer, um, with the gloves and the dress and everything. At phenomenal job. Katniss, on the other hand, was like the punk rock version of burlesque. It was great. She put on a hell of a show. And her music choice made me feel really old because I remember the songs from high school when they came out. Um, and she did a whole Mr. Rogers riff on one set that she did, which I I don't want to ruin it. So if you're watching and you're curious to what I'm talking about, you need to go to Green Mountain Cabaret and look for the next time they're doing shows and check it out yourself. It is phenomenal. I can't believe that people can do things like that. I'm impressed, thoroughly impressed. That it's amazing. I can't say enough good things about it. So check them out. Green Mountain Cabaret in Burlington, Vermont. They have a Facebook page where you can go on. I'm sure you can find them on Instagram. But really, some really cool women that did some really cool things. So that was cool. Um, so Friday night, the wife and I went to a hotel. And backstory, um, we were given this hotel room as a gift. just for because I'm awesome. Hickory's lovely assistant pulled some magic strings and got us a hotel room, and it was great. We picked a hotel. We showed up. There was a dog that just randomly walked around. Her name was Daisy. Daisy was a cool dog. we, and like I'm my dog is not free ranged. If I let Oscar off the leash, there would be no way that I would get him back. He doesn't fucking listen. He does what he wants, and that's a breed thing. He's a dachshund. He will just smell something and just go right off running. So whenever he's outside, unless it's a fenced-in backyard, which I don't have, because I live in an apartment. Yeah, it's sad. Apartment living. So unless it's a fenced-in backyard, he will be on leash. That way, I can give him some guidance and say, "No, don't smell that. Don't eat that cat shit over there," which he loves to do. He loves eating cat shit. But I digress. But this dog, it looked like a shepherd, an Australian shepherd mix, maybe some collie in there. I'm not sure. He had long fur. It was a good sized dog. But she came up, said hi, and then went off and did her own thing. We checked in, brought our bags to the room, hung out for a little while. We sat down by the lake or the pond. I don't know if it's a pond or a lake. The body of water, and just talked about things, which Jess and I don't get a lot of time alone. Like where we're not busy doing other things. I mean, we get alone time. Don't get me wrong, but it was nice just to have that moment with her, where we just reminisced, talked about things, and just talked about the future and how much we love each other, which is great. I'm so in love with this chick. She rules my world. Without her, I wouldn't be in front of you now. So she's to blame for this podcast, and amongst other various things. She is so supportive of me and really gives me the confidence to do what I do, and I fucking love her. But so it was nice. So after that, we went back to the hotel room for a little while, hung out, watched some TV on the bed, and then we went to dinner with Hickory and the amazing assistant, which was fun. It was nice hanging out with friends again, and and not in the context of a show where we're showing up to do comedy and we just happen to be around. Like, no, we actually made plans to go out and have dinner with each other, which was awesome. It was cool. Like, Jess and I don't think have ever been on a double date together with another couple. No, that's not true. But it's been a while since we've done that. And it was fun. It was great. We joked around a lot. We had some really great food, and it was a great evening. Then we went back to the hotel room and fell asleep by 8:30 in the evening, and woke up at 5:30 in the morning going, "Dude, we are up early." And I had no idea what to do. Like, breakfast wasn't being served till 7, and we just dicked around for an hour, and then we were like, all right, let's go home. We might as well just do that and get our day started. So we went home afterwards, and it was a great evening. There was one part when we pulled into the hotel, I smelled burning plastic, and I was so paranoid that it was my Jeep that was burning. I don't know why. I only smelled it when I was there, and whenever I would take the Jeep out again, like when we were driving, I kept trying to smell it, trying to smell the smell, and couldn't. And I thought I smelt it at one point, but I wasn't quite sure. When we came home, I smelt my Jeep again, didn't smell it. And so at that point, like, I figured it must have been something at the hotel that was burning, like a piece of plastic or something. I'm not sure, but it made me so paranoid. I Dude, like, one of my biggest fears is something happening to my Jeep. And of course, Saturday night I had to drive to Bridgewater again. So the entire time there, I'm thinking, "Oh fuck, I'm going to have my car break down," and I don't want that. Like, that's just a whole lot of money that I don't want to spend. Because cars are great, and you can do so many things with them, but as soon as one breaks down, and then, it's not too much after that something else breaks down, it's just a whole bunch of worries, and especially me not having a job right now. It's frustrating, and I'm glad it's running okay right now. This is my last week of freedom before college classes start over again. Yeah, it's going to be a busy summer for me. I have 5 credits that I'm doing, or 5 classes, so a total of 15 credits. And I'm so not looking forward to it. Like, I am, because there's a lot of classes that I just need to get done and out of the way so I can move on. And that's what this summer semester is filled with. And it's going to be a lot of writing. Which is fine. I'm a decent enough writer where I can fudge my way through a lot of it. Or at least I think I am. I don't know, my grades are good. I'm getting good grades. My future's so bright I need to wear shades. I better not sing too much of that, or this will get stricken with copyright infringement. I don't need that on the second episode. Third, maybe. Definitely the third episode. I'll do something where I get a copyright claim. Sounds good. I'm not really going to do that. Yeah. It's my last week of freedom, and I have no idea what to do with myself. I'm still in the... I gotta keep to a schedule, gotta keep doing something, gotta keep moving, and this needs to be my time where I relax for a little bit and do things, and I don't know what to do. So I'll clean my apartment and make sure that everything is spotless and tidy all week long, so next week when I start, everything will be fresh, and I will hopefully keep that habit going as I stress out about schoolwork for another 15 weeks. And finally, the last thing that I wanted to bring up is viewer comments from last week's episode. I from 2 viewers that watched the show and talked to me outside of YouTube have brought up the fact that I needed to get a haircut and a beard trim. So I did. I am no longer as shaggy as I was, and the beard's trimmed. This is all for you. And they're like, if you're going to be on YouTube, you need to at least look presentable. I was like, I thought I looked somewhat presentable. Apparently I didn't. The other comment was, "Hey, you have a stain on your shirt. Next time, wear a clean shirt." So here we go, wearing a classic hoodie. I think I look fancy. I love hoodies, and yeah, that's. I should probably wear something nicer, but this is a relaxed podcast. This is a podcast where I sit down and talk hard facts and do stuff, and I don't really have enough clean clothes to do that, I guess. Maybe I should do some laundry. I don't know. I can't really. I think I look good. I don't think this is looking bad. Um, if it is, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, especially, dude. If you made it this far into this video, please like it. Please subscribe. Please comment, so I can get out there and have other people watch my content. I want to thank everyone who watched the first episode. Wasn't necessarily like the origin stories of podcasts are always the like really weird beginning ones. Like they're really weird, and like I always feel awkward starting them. I will sit there and just be like, "Oh hey, this is how I start the podcast, and this is what happens." And I didn't think it was that funny. Hopefully, this one was funnier. Let me know. Let me know what you think, and comment, and like I said, like and subscribe. So I feel like there's some people out there paying attention to me, and I'm not just talking in the wind, which is a normal feeling for me. I often feel like I'm just talking to the air. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for paying attention, and as always, stay lovely. I love you guys.